Hey guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Hearts of Iron number 4. We're going to carry on playing as Austria. But as you can see, I actually started a new game. Actually, I'm going to go back to the first one I actually did. We were working on together. As you can see, that was in his non-historical mode. We formed Austro-Hungary, as you can see. I'm not exactly sure what our relationships were with these guys. As you can see, they're currently at war with Colombia. German military junta is fighting an offensive war against also Ecuador. Interesting. I guess that was basically initiated by one of their allies. I'm not sure which one that would be. Mexico, probably. That sounds quite likely. Now, we ourselves are currently not in a faction yet, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let's do that differently. Let's get to that map from here. So here we can, of course, see the state. We can do the same here. As you can see, we do have non-aggression pacts with all the members there. We've sent an attaché over to, if I'm not mistaken, Germany. Yeah, German military junta. Now, what's happened to them? They are as neutral as you can get in terms of the different factions. They're about slightly more towards non-aligned than any of the others, but they are really almost 33. They're also fighting a defensive war, as you can see, against, in this instance, I guess that's a form of China, Manchu, and here we got an expeditionary force from China has expeditionary forces from Germany. Okay. And of course, China is in that faction. Romania, where does Romania stand at the moment? I could create a faction, but they're not inclined to join me. Bulgaria is in the faction with Germany already, as you can see. Interesting that this is considered to be an offensive war for them, but for them it's defensive. How can it be defensive and offensive at the same time? But okay, never mind. I cannot send them an invite for joining a faction because they're already in another faction. They would have joined otherwise. Now here we got the Republic of Turkey. Here we got Turkey. That's the same Turkey in reality. Their relationships with others are not the worst, not the best. They seem to have a natural affinity towards me already, which is good. I could, of course, work on improving my relations with them. But as you can see, I already got a lot of points here in terms of what I could do here. Let's just double check here for just a second. Okay, so this is an occupied state. We can probably see it by this as well. The fact that that is listed as occupied is again coming to the fore. So we're basically doing... we were putting diplomatic influence on Poland. Is Poland in a faction? They are not, are they? So, if I look at these states here, do I have a claim on them? No, I don't. I was trying to get that through the option that we basically worked on down here. Take back Galicia. But that's stuck. I will get the same with Albania here. But I need to control Krakow, Stanislavov, and Woof to be able to ultimately get the bits there. So these are considered annex the old lands. This is not, is it? We demand their integration. Interesting path. Would that work? Are they in a faction at the moment, I wonder? No, they are not. So that might be one that I can actually work on later on. So let's get this diplomat over here from doing his diplomatic influence there. I'm going to put that into Switzerland. That would be interesting. Basically having that kind of like that border between Italy and so forth, where it would be forming in that instance. Now we do have these as core states. Austro-Hungary has that as a core state. This is also a core state, as you can see. This is a core state for me as well. This is not. South Tyrol should be, of course. Trentino is also a... I've got a claim on it, but is it a core state? Yes, it's also a core state for me. Lombardy is not. So Trentino, why not Veneto? Interesting that Trentino and South Tyrol are, as well as Litorale and Istria, are all core states for me. Interesting. 136,000, 1.2 mil or 1.12 million. That's 300,000, and that is 400,000. Interesting. So there's a decent amount of population I could still get into here. Let's get the clock running. I don't really want to basically hold you up too much. As you can see, we're currently working on atomic research, etc., etc. Let's have a quick look at the experimental facilities I got. I got one for nuclear, as you can see. That does actually give me a boost for technology research for nuclear research. Land warfare gets a bonus for research, and this gets me one for aerodynamics and so forth. So we should see all of that coming through. I do have a breakthrough option for physics, which I cannot leverage yet because I haven't completed that. Let's just double check. Do I need to work on any additional bits of infrastructure here? I think it might be good to boost this one. I can boost that up to a higher level as well. And it might be good to just build that connection here. This one, of course, goes in line with that. Just really the core ones. My capital here. Oh, that's Graz. Sorry, that's my capital. My bad. I don't need to bring that up too high then. But I do want to have all the ones to the north at a higher level. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. Right, so we got this one here. That might be good to boost as well. This one can be boosted as well, as you can see. To be honest, I think it might be good to just build this connection here. Doesn't need to be at the top, but yeah, as long as we've got a bit of redundancy in there, that's quite useful to have. This we can boost as an extra redundant connection as well. I probably should have done that earlier. Just want to make sure that we do have sufficient flow paths in here. As you can see, I'm going to build one up to here as well. Just because this entire area here is kind of like, yeah, without, it looks like. Anyways, do I have sufficient in the pipeline? I think so. I am building something in Paraguay because, of course, Paraguay is my dependent. Let's go back home. Research-wise, this will complete shortly. And that will complete relatively soon as well. Now, why am I building this? Because, of course, I want to basically improve my relations with the Italians. The moment that is a negative relations, because, of course, we got a claim on their territory. They don't really like that, which I can fully understand. I do need to improve this, to be honest, but let's have a quick look at what else we could do. We're in 1941. Probably want to improve this. I would like to get that started, but let's do this first. This will complete next. Okay, as you can see, that completed like I said it would. Strength in numbers. They are very unlikely to accept as a member of the European Defence League. Even with stellar relationship, they might still reject. United Kingdom, get event. Austria-Hungary seeks to join the Allies. Interesting, okay. That's an interesting proposition here, isn't it? Which one is more interesting to do? This gets me a reduction in consumer goods. This gets me a War support boost, and we get an ideological drift defense. We get another person available as political advisor. Now, has this changed at all? We got all three of them at the top now. You'd expect that to strengthen this. I don't see that strength in there, unfortunately. We can, of course, establish the construction guilds. I kind of like the idea of doing that. Improve army logistics, which will reduce the supply consumption cost of our armies. This actually allows me to get additional bits there. This actually is quite powerful. Did I recruit general? Yes, I did. Division attack. And we do see that also reflected in our point gains here already. Aerial, division recovery rate, and of course we got the infantry here. Now here I might want to go for the air warfare theory. But in terms of focus, should I try to go for this claim on Switzerland? So the effect here will be I get a event with them. They are more likely to accept if we are stronger than them. Unlocks the decision to integrate Swiss states. Effective they refuse, okay. I kind of like this. That's an interesting one. I do want to improve my relations with them because at the moment those are not the greatest. So we chose what we wanted for our focus, which is great. China declares war. Soviet Union declares war on White Finland. So they are in the Middle Europa, aren't they? Yes, they are. Interesting. These are fascist. They are not fascist. Latvia. Are they actually fighting or not? I'm not sure. I can, of course, do this here. Air power projection we already have, which is great. Soviet Union joins Northern International. And who else is a member of the Northern International? Let's have a look. So that is the People's Republic of Spain, Ethiopia, as well as Schengen. Interesting. And Estonia, of course. Oh, how lovely. Well, Soviet Estonia, so they are, I guess, a puppet already? Yes, they are a puppet. What we can see here now is the Germans, of course, are putting troops on that line here. They're only just putting them there. We can actually still see the fact that they are reduced in terms of strength. We do have more doctrine available, and really what I should do is really invest into that Air Force one. I probably should have done that earlier. That would have made such a big difference already. Is my Air Force active at the moment? Yes, they are. Same with this one. Bosnia, okay. They're all standing by, cool. We can of course go for that next excavation research. If I'm not mistaken, we go to limited conscription active only. I am recruiting additional armies already, as you can see. I should really just disable some of these. And this I want to distinguish clearly that is different. Not the unicorn, I already have that in use. Are these better than these? No. Actually, my design is better, isn't it? Yes, I would say so. So let's find the ones that are actually using that design. Alright, did I upgrade all of these? I guess I did. So if I look in here, I got infantry, I got motorized infantry, I got mountaineers, and I got militia units. I don't have any cavalry units anymore, which is, it's good to see. We're going to decommission that template. Do we have this in use still? Don't think so. In reality, I should give this also another icon to avoid confusion. MPs. We need to keep the MPs, of course, active. Did I choose an alternate research? I did. 57 days to go there. Ooh, available project. Oh, lovely. We could, of course, go for the soupy heavy howitzer, but that requires more breakthroughs. This is the engineering vehicle, flamethrower tank. Nah, I don't want to do any of these, to be honest. Phoenix, Flugzeugwerke. Reliability, we've already done. Now, either agility and production efficiency or reliability and production efficiency. I think this is more important. I'm not going to do this project at the moment, so I'm going to let that be. Actually, these are all exercised already, so I don't need to train them further. If I were to declare war upon the Germans, what would happen to them? A good question. I don't know. Anyway, I would get into a war with a heck of a lot of people all of a sudden, which is not great. I could send an attaché, could I not? I could even go as far as to send volunteers, couldn't I? Okay, nice. So we should even get more experience here. Our attachés in Germany and White Finland give us 15% of the military experience. Good. Which is also naval experience, as you can see, which is ticking up nicely. Why did they cancel the non-aggression pact? Interesting. Who are... Hold on, are they at war with each other? Ah, hold on. These are not in an alliance, but they've got a non-aggression pact. Is Italy in a faction? It is not, is it? Would it be an interesting proposition to go against Italy? Maybe. As you can see, I got the British moving troops through my territory here. Where are they going, the British? I could join the Allies, potentially. Potentially, yeah. They're currently at war also on the Far East, it looks like. Greece is part of the Allies. We got various different parties, part of the faction there, as you can see. Okay. There's a doctrine available for me. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Thank you. I do wonder how many additional factories have I got at the moment that are becoming available? And am I actually producing any submarines or anything? No, because of course I don't have the design for that, which kind of makes sense. As you can see, we can do an upgrade here to our fighters. Just a reliability improvement. Fortunately, it doesn't say Mark 1 here, but would be nice if it did. 1.7k. How much are we paying at the moment? 10%. It's not bad, is it? Yeah, it still says I can do something here, but I cannot click on them because this bug in the game. And I read somewhere online that basically that bug is being caused by a fix they did with some other nation. Reclaim Habsburg. Ooh, did they put all of their militias and such on the border? What happens now? Let's have a quick look here. There's no foreign claim here listed as such, interestingly enough. Ticino? Western Swiss Alps. Then we got the Swiss Plateau. They got the Jura Mountains. But if I look here, we have got a war goal against them. I did improve my relations with them as far as I could. And as you can see, even my spy here was basically exerting pressure on them. Well, let's go over to London and see what we can do over there. Could, of course, go for a royal alliance. I'm going to let that be for just now. This is still growing, but it's not as much as I'd hoped for potentially. Let's go for this. Gets additional construction speed for, I guess, 2 years. Always welcome. Atomic research completes. We're in 1941. August. That is an interesting one. 41, we've done all of those already. 40 here. The cannons is an interesting one, but in reality we need to do this one, the bombs. Because if we want to build cast planes, we need to have that option available to us there. The assembly line was done is this one. I need to get this one done because I need to get more oil out of things. And as you can see, we got a new set of army units. Right, let's double check. These guys are purely mountaineers. These guys are purely infantry. And I've assigned these all to the border with Italy, as you can see. Let's reinforce that, as you can see. We can do that quite nicely. If I were to extend that slightly to there and then reduce this to there. Okay, let them all go to that bit of border there. Reducing the overlap. Doesn't have to be such a big overlap, to be honest. Okay, we got, of course, I don't want to have us in the faction for some reason. It's a pity. So we got all of our research ongoing here. As you can see, this ticks up really nicely, particularly in the army. Air is less so. Are they pushing outwards? I don't see much progress. There is some here, but not such a huge amount. They've actually taken Leningrad. Interesting. As you can see, they keep on attacking us, or keep on attacking the Soviets. How much could I send? 8 divisions I can send. Interesting. 2 of our air wings. That would be an interesting thing to do. So 8. From which unit design should I take those? I didn't realize I actually put one in there. Is there a big difference in the design? Yeah, we basically got the support artillery in there, which we don't have on the other side. But we got more than enough. More than enough, I think, to shift all of them up to that design. Let's shift them all to that new template. I got the manpower. That's not an issue. I switch all of these over as well. These are already all the new design. Achtung! Marvelous. In reality, I probably want to move that up in here. Right next to there. Don't think I'll be building more of those, so I'm going to decommission some of these here. That's an old design. Let's give him the tropical icon. Okay. Could I convert these up to the correct template? I can. What's the big difference again between those? I can see they're quite heavy in terms of manpower there. And these are quite shallow in terms of manpower. It's quite funny to see that they basically then say, oh, you're going to switch back to green. Because in reality, there's really no need for that. Okay, let's get all of these up and running. Here we can, of course, see that everything is going quite splendidly. Political actions I don't need to do at this point in time. Don't need to get rid of that. I can, of course, work on military parade in the state of Shanqing. Hold on. Are they a dependent of mine? They are a puppet. Okay, but they are not at war with anyone. Okay, that's fine. I was just for a second thinking, hold on, they must be at war with someone, but they're not. Okay, mountaineers. Good. Putting them onto the border there as well. And one thing you'll notice is I've got a tiny border here with, of course, them. One thing I can do, I can of course fortify this land here quite nicely. This is really my heartlands that here that we're basically reinforcing. And it looks like that for some reason the border here wasn't completely done with the fortifications as such, which does surprise me a little bit. Crikey, come on. Just setting all of this land here to get more fortifications, which should serve us well. Over here I was already looking over at Poland, it looks like. do have divisions there? Just for just a second thinking I didn't, but okay, that's fine. Anyways, those have been done. Let's switch up to the next design for the trains in reality. If we happen to get into a war with anyone, we don't want them to take out our trains in reality. Hungarian Land as well as Herzegovina get additional building slots. Herzegovina is here. Is that core state? It is a core state. We've got nothing in here at the moment. Interesting. Really? I do want to build some air defense there as well then. Right, we already have a number of radar stations up and running, as you can see. For some reason I didn't include them along there. Huh. I probably should have done. We can of course start the apprentice program. Even more political power gain. Wow. Plus we get additional 20% stability. How high can we get that? We can actually push our base up to there. That is quite high. That is really, really high. The bombs, nice. We completed that. That is a good one. We can also, of course, work on the cannons. Now, we can now actually create a brand new design here for our airplanes. Did it auto-create that? It looks like it. Huh. Or did I already create it earlier? It could well be that I did. CAS. Okay, we got the engines, we got the turrets, we got the self-sealing fuel tanks, we got the armor plates already. Can I then add additional bits onto there? Or additional CAS? It still counts as CAS, it looks like, with the cannons on there. Adds additional ground attack. It doesn't like that, does it? So wait, hold on. Weight exceeds thrust for these missions. Oh, that works. Oh, we were already building it. Ah, I kind of forgot about that. So we got 49 in reserve. Here we are upgrading a number of them. This we got a good number in reserve already. I think I'm going to actually put a bit more into the artillery. I probably also want to get the next design for the artillery. This is doing upgrades for the trucks. How many trucks have we got in reserve? We got about 1,000 or so. Could I sell some? Quite possibly. Early trucks. Yep, let's put the early trucks on here. What else could we put up on here for sale? We got civilian trains that are coming from... What country is that? I don't know. How many trains do we need? Yeah, okay, I can sell some of the older designs here. I could probably sell some older planes as well. As you can see, these are old style planes. It says, is there ground attack listed anywhere? I don't see ground attack on this one, so that's fine to put that on there. I don't need to do it weapon by weapon. I really can actually select the multiple here straight away, isn't it? That's one I designed myself, so I'm going to keep that. Where did I get French ones from? Wow, I got such a mix of them here. Volker Furies. Walker Hurricanes? Wow. Put these up for sale as well. We got even some Dutch ones. How the heck did I get Dutch planes? I never fought the Dutch. Okay. What else could we put on here? Tanks. I do have tanks, but in reality I want to keep my tanks active. But this looks like such an old model. That's defense 2 only. Wow. But then again, I haven't invested anything into tanks, and probably I should do some into tanks. My MP units. Did I actually add armored trucks to them or armored cars? No, I did not, did I? Okay, how many do I need if I do that? Armored cars, 120. What have I got in reserve? Armored cars, I got about 2,000 in there. And if I look in here at the moment, how many? I got hardly anything I got in there. That's fine. So I got 240 armored cars. That should do a massive reduction. Suppression, as you can see, goes up substantially. Hit points goes up. Weight has gone up as well. Supply use goes up. Average reliability, unfortunately, has shifted downwards. But suppression has gone up. Oh, suppression was substantially lower, wasn't it? It makes a huge difference. Oh, look at that. All right. Kingdom of Siam. Happy to sell those to you. Happy to sell those to you as well. So it should have given me a temporary influx of factories. And trade, as you can see, we're getting a substantial amount here for export already. I need to import more tires though. 24 to 32 is 8. I can reduce this, it looks like, fully. If you look at my resources here, where could I potentially get gains in there? In a lot of places, it looks like. So here we got that state. There we can, of course, boost that quite substantially. That state, actually this one here would be more beneficial. I'm trying to basically get as much out of all of this as I can. Aluminum, I'm not doing a lot of aluminum export, but it's okay for now. I'm not getting a boost with that, unfortunately. Occupied state. That is an occupied state. Occupied state. Okay. Yeah. As you can see, there's not a lot of resistance here left. Particularly with us, of course, leveraging the local police force. compliance gain is reduced. If I switch it to that, I probably need a little bit more. As you can see, this. So, do I own part of Bulgaria? Really? Hold on. What is this? How do I own part of Romania? Explain that to me. Really? So compliance is something that's building here. And I'm up to the detect chance offset. Okay. So I got my spy working here in Britain. Oh yeah, I need to basically set new research targets. We're in 1941, getting close to 1942, so I should really get this one done. I've already done that. 1940, I can do more improvements of my artillery as well. Support anti-air, motorized anti-air, anti-air bombardment damage reduction. Produces additional daily breakthrough. Okay. That's fine. Start the apprentice program. They will accept. You can of course ask for that non-aggression pact. Of course ask that for the same here. You can offer them military access. They don't like us for some reason. Not quite sure. Different ideology generate world tension. Yeah, but they're really communist, isn't it? The British are not communist. They got Turkey, of course, in there as well. Ask for docking rights. Yes, we can ask that. Canada. Oh, okay. Japan. New Zealand. Yeah, I suspect that they are the biggest one in terms of getting stuff done. Partially mobilized. We got limited conscription. We got export focus, which is all fine. It would be great if you could just go into here and actually say, let's spend some additional experience points and so forth. But nope, that's not exactly how it works. Okay. They got a substantial amount of units on my border. Okay, more units available here, which is fine. Okay, I need 2. 1. And 2. As you can see, I got 8 here. Where do I want to position those? On the border with Bulgaria, potentially. Now let's allocate a general to this. That's not our field marshal. Look at him. Wow. Alfred Jansa. He's an engineer. But as you can see, I can allocate him to be also a scavenger, which will give me additional equipment recovery. That is a nice oil field we can actually generate more out of. More factories coming online, always good to see that. As you can see, we got also our fuel silos listed here already. And in addition to fuel silos, I should really start creating these synthetic plants, should I not? Yes. Reducing my reliance upon some of our neighbors. Okay. Domestic aircraft production. And then, of course, I can revitalize the air industry. But before I do that, let's actually get these retired generals back in service. Let's add a few more of these beauties here. I don't have much in terms of this as of yet, do I? As you can see, I got one already there. Okay, let's get that to the max. Sudetenland's already got some. If I then look at my nuclear one, it's here. I want to, of course, provide support for that as well. We do have one for the air as well, which is there. And the land one is there. Okay, so perfect. Yep, that's all provided for. The cannon will complete shortly. Once we get that retired general out, we can then actually say, okay, nice, nice, nice. Probably want to improve the infrastructure here somewhat as well, because that actually gets me more supply throughput. At the moment, supplies are not an issue, but it will at some point become an issue. Okay, that requires, of course, more trucks, which we are providing. As you can see, we are able to do stuff here. Why haven't I got a Mayo for that? That would be great if we did. Sweet, the cannon was done. 1942, we're in January. That's a useful one. 42, I can actually start a research on the rocket. We did complete the nuclear one, didn't we? Nuclear reactor. Let's start the project. Sweden requests trade of military expertise for ball bearings. Now, that is a better deal. So we give them some of our experience. Whereas earlier they were actually asking for help in terms of research, wasn't it? Or was that the other playthrough I was doing? I don't remember. But anyways, experience, I'm happy to give it to them. There we go. Production cost of fighters is reduced. Tactical bombers, strategic bombers, light tanks, medium tanks. Of course, I do need to do research around tanks, which I haven't done yet. Okay. Let's carry on like this. Now I'm thinking, yes, deliberately thinking here of doing this. Royal Alliance. Because this, unlikely to happen. They already said that they're not going to do that, so that's fine. Them, I had improved my relationships with them. I sent an attaché to them as well. They're at war with someone, but not really that intensely, as you can see. Let's try. Let's see what will happen. My spy is already working there. They basically got it at 100%. Never hurts to try it, huh? Okay, the trains, we're going to switch them up to that new design. Yes, it requires some more steel, but that's fine, I'd say. Improved artillery. We can actually improve it even further. Additional soft attack, as you can see. We also get the immediate improved medium howitzer there. See, we do have an air project that we could do something with here. Jet engines, but we need 3 breakthrough points for that. So that's still a while off. Here we don't have anything extra yet. Progressing towards it. Yeah, happy to sell you stuff. We're short of resources now, it says. Tungsten. Okay. Portugal, happy to buy it from Portugal for now. Looks like I need to invest a bit more into my passive defense here. Where is my tungsten production available? Here, did I invest into the infrastructure there? I guess somewhat. But really, if I get it from Montenegro, that would be even better. Montenegro. I want to get Montenegro all the way to the top here. There. And all these bits of train line I want to get to the top as well, but I don't want to basically necessarily lose out on factories and so forth that are almost complete. Yeah, Montenegro is going to go back at the top. As you can see, that is progressing nicely. Oh, it's 70 days. I thought it was 35 days, but it's not. Yeah, you can protest as much as you want, but you're not going to get anything that way. That's fine. You can buy some older trains, no problem. You can unlock here some interesting enhancements. Okay, I'll have a look in a second. Oh, free military factory. That's always good. Towed artillery gets additional soft attack, but production cost increase. Soft attack and breakthrough. Have I done that already? No, it needs both of those above it. Okay. This needs all the preceding ones. Okay. So let's go for the option there. Infantry equipment, we got another improvement as well. This one I've done already. That one I've done. This one I've done. That I've done. Production cost goes up. Let's actually invest into the piercing at that instance. Ooh, we got one more factory available. What are we going to invest that into? As you can see, I've already got more going into there now. Armored cars, I got a good stockpile already for. Let's try to bring that up to 20 there. Yeah, that will do. Is that to do with the fact that compliance has gone up? It looks like local police force. Additional recruitable population. Ah, that's quite nice. Oh, I should really stop recruiting extras here, shouldn't I? Because we're really running out of manpower otherwise, which is not what we're looking for. Okay, that's progressing. We're selling stuff. We can buy stuff if we wanted to. Do we want to buy convoys? I think I got more than enough convoys, to be honest. I could, of course, look to buy some tanks. Basic light tank chassis. Reliability is significantly higher than it was before. Polish National Republic joins European League. An offer of purchase was accepted. Okay. Ah, okay. So I'm less likely to get those lands unless, of course, I'm going to get into a war with them, which I don't really plan on doing. Stierenmark-Karten. Which province is that? This one. Yeah, we're actually close to the max there anyway, so that's okay. Let's improve the defense even further, because as you can see, we got medium level of activity. The British are already at 100%, so that's fine. Could I send an attaché to them? I could, but they're not at war with too many parties at the moment, so that's okay for now. They are also at war with the Soviet Union. Ooh. I can send volunteers, can I not? I can send 8. Can I send volunteers to them? I can send 9. Interesting. The United Kingdom wants to buy trains. They've got military access to other countries. Okay. Future of Austria, we lose. So political power again, stability. Okay, that's dropped slightly. So, but if you look here, our base stability is still pretty decent. The size of battle or naval aviation? Well, let's do the decisive battle. I don't know. I don't have really many people at all there. Österreichische Kriegsmarine. How lovely. Now, why would they decide to cancel that? Could I send an attaché to them? I can. Why do they give... Ah. Okay. If I declare war upon Germany now, just hypothetically speaking, if I were to do that. Yeah, lots of hypotheticals. Okay, let's see what the consequence of this is, and then we're going to call it a day because it's going to be a long enough episode. But I think the Brits, they don't have too many divisions in their country at the moment, do they? At least that's what it looks like. Germans are operating there. Okay. I think a factory or something came online just now. Portugal is providing us. Okay, we've completed a focus. Nice. Let us get the next one here. This one is going to get me additional support for the party. Air facility construction speed. I'm actually going to go for the domestic air production. Ah, we're part of the Allies now. How lovely. So if I look at the compliance map, that's fine. But if I look at the factions, Austro-Hungary joins the Allies. How interesting. The European Defense League, as you can see, is already doing quite interestingly here. Oh, look at that. Switzerland now moves its armies also towards the French border. But of course, they don't trust the French now. The Italians, though. Should I go after them? Democracies can't justify war goals against... Sorry, am I a democracy all of a sudden? No. I'm not aligned. But I guess because... France wants our help in their war efforts. Allies, German junta, etc., 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 etc. I guess that would be possible. So where are the nations that we're at war with? Now, they've already surrendered. And Chuko is here. All right, where have we got armies operating here then? The British are up there. And of course the Japanese are part of the Allies, aren't they? Yeah. So we're part of that same faction already. So if you look at the faction map here again, as you can see, Allies are here. Allies are there. So how do I get troops over there? That's a good question. Do I take them off the border there? Probably. Let's just double check. Is that the best field marshal to have here? No, we can uplift it to this one. He's got 2 additional ones we can work with. He's really offensive. So I'll make this gentleman... Hold on. For the moment, they are on the border on the defense. So if I switch him out for... He's the best in defense. But I set this one to be the defensive doctrine. And general max army group size. Interesting. Oh, he can do 7 now. How lovely. Okay, this... He can manage 7. Kind of makes sense then. Right, who's the best on the offense then? It's still this gentleman here. And we're going to take these guys away from here. And we're going to redeploy them to over here. All right, it'll take you a while to basically get there. How will they travel? All right, those are allied lands as well. Can we pass through here? I guess we're going to basically take a boat to there, and then we're going to go through India, etc., 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 and then take a boat again from there. I guess that's the way to do it. All right, guys, we're going to call it a day. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. In the meantime, I was going to say take care. Yep. Why does Australia want us to sign a non-aggression pact with them? Because they're not part of the Allies. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, like I said, I'll see you next one. In the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.